Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Stretford Paddock. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am Adam McCullough here with your latest Manchester United news, and we've got lots to get stuck into today. News regarding players leaving the club, joining the club, the takeover, loads to get stuck into today. We have got plenty to discuss, and we will do that shortly. Before we do, though, get hitting that subscribe button, get liking, get commenting, get sharing. We've had loads of content up for you this week. I'm back in the studio with the lads tomorrow for Off the Bar and a few other bits. There's plenty coming up, so make sure you're keeping it locked to Stretford Paddock by hitting that subscribe button. Now, as I said, we're hearing loads at the moment, and we have got loads to get stuck into. We'll save the takeover stuff until the end. But the first story that we're hearing at this moment in time is that Altay Bayindir, who's a goalkeeper who plays out in Turkey, according to David Ornstein, is subject to the results of Altay Bayindir's provisional medical checks. Manchester United will have the choice to close out a deal worth around €5 million or focus on other available options. United are conducting medical tests on Altay Bayindir as they consider a move to sign the goalkeeper. United want to gain clarity around the condition of a back problem before deciding whether to sign him. This morning we hear he's travelling to England. So it looks like Manchester United could have their goalkeeper coming in who could possibly replace Dean Henderson. We'll speak about him shortly. And a goalkeeper that could come in as our third goalkeeper. Obviously Tom Heaton is picked up a knock recently but should be okay. And Altay Bayindir could be coming in. Now, interestingly, Erik ten Hag targeted this chap at Ajax. He scouted him, he looked at him, he was potentially going to bring him in to Ajax when he was there as a replacement for Onana. So very interesting that this seems like maybe it's a move that's pushed by the manager and kind of shows that he's still, what's the director of football or CEO or whoever there to do it. Feels like a lot of these things are being run by Erik ten Hag at the moment in terms of, addressing who we sign and looking out there for players and all those kind of things, because this is one that he watched in the past. But interestingly, could be our next goalkeeper and could be coming in to replace the outgoing Dean Henderson. And David Ornstein also reports that Crystal Palace is Dean Henderson's most likely destination as things stand. We hear it could be a loan move with an option to buy. It'd be a good move for Dean Henderson, to be totally fair to him. Crystal Palace, obviously he gets to live in London. He gets to play for Crystal Palace, gets to play for a Premier League team on a regular basis. And Crystal Palace being the destination for Dean Henderson as it stands, waiting to see how that one develops. And hopefully, Manchester United can get that one done. Shame the move to Forest isn't going to happen, because it kind of felt like we were going to get the 20 odd million or whatever it was up front, and we wouldn't have to go through the loan move and then the option to buy at the end of the loan move and all those kind of things. United are very, very poor in terms of getting rid of players, aren't we? A lot of it comes down to the fact that we're very, very poor at buying players. So if you're poor at buying players, it's going to be those same players that you find difficult to get rid of. But players like Dean Henderson that come through our academy and stuff, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And we should be, if he played for Man City or anyone else, they'd be getting 30, 40 million for him. Somehow we're struggling to get a loan with an option to buy and all those things. But Crystal Palace, his likely destination at this moment in time. Rafael Varane wants to stay and will stay at Manchester United. His and the club's intentions are to continue together. That came from Fabrizio Romano, although we heard the day before that, from reports in France, that Rafael Varane was going to stay at Manchester United. So it seems like Fabrizio Romano is just reiterating that. Bad news yesterday regarding Mason Mount. We heard that he's expected to be out for United until the international break, which means he'll miss the game at the weekend against Nottingham Forest and then that game against Arsenal as well. A lot of people have been getting onto Mason Mount and criticising him left, right and centre. I don't think he's been great for Manchester United. I thought he was better for us in the first half against Spurs. I genuinely thought our first half performance was pretty good, just failed to score. And I think people getting onto Mason Mount just need to relax a little bit. Everyone's going mad after 2 weeks. It's been 2 games. 2 games it's been. And people are going crazy with some of the things that they're saying. United are in advanced talks with Ipswich Town over a loan move for Brandon Williams, say The Athletic. That'd be a great move for Brandon Williams, to be fair. You know, Kieran McKenna doing very good things at Ipswich at this moment in time. And they're now in advanced talks with Ipswich Town over a loan move for Brandon Williams are United. And that move could be one of those which is made permanent as well. So we'll keep an eye and ear out on that one. But it looks like Brandon Williams could be going. So Brandon Williams, Dean Henderson on their way out. Rafael Varane is staying. Altai Bayindia is on his way in. And we've still got a few other players that we're trying to get rid of at this moment in time as well. Whether they go or not remains to be seen. The likes of Donny van der Beek. It seems like the Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay departures aren't going to happen anymore, which is massively, massively frustrating for Manchester United, because, you know, those are players that we should be cashing in on, and we should be then reinvesting that money that we've got. But still, we've got Harry Maguire digging his heels in and staying at Manchester United when he's clearly not wanted, and Scott McTominay, who it seems that we're not ready to let go because we can't bring players in. There was a point in this transfer window where it felt like, you know, we just signed Rasmus Højlund. There were rumours about McTominay and Maguire and Donny and Dean Henderson, and it felt like actually we're moving in the right direction, but it's all seemed to just stall, hasn't it? Anyway, told you there was a story about Sheikh Jassim, and the reports are a date has been set for the £6 billion Qatari takeover with Man United, with announcement coming even sooner after Ratcliffe interest has been beaten away. This comes from Neil Costis of The Sun. Definitely do not buy The Sun, and you take that into the equation when considering whether you think this is true or not, because it's The Sun. I don't even believe the date that's written on that paper. But Sheikh Jassim is set to complete his $6 billion takeover of Man United by mid-October. The Qatari royal has fought off rival bidder Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who was willing to allow the Glazer family to retain a stake in the Red Devils. A date was penciled in, and an announcement could come as early as next month. Sheikh Jassim's team are now completing their due diligence on the club before they end the 18-year reign of the loathed Glazers. United fans will rejoice in a 100% sale, as they feared the Americans were dragging their heels and would eventually cling on to a slice of the club. So these lot go on to say that it will be a 100% sale and the Glazers won't be sticking around. They say the Glazers wanted to continue holding shares, but were warned by senior Old Trafford figures that there would be a huge backlash from the fan base. They will make a healthy profit, having lumbered United with massive debts when they completed their $800 million takeover in 2005. The servicing of that debt has cost United over $1 billion. The debt still remains as well. Let's not forget that. And their latest financial figures show that the gross debt is £725 million, the highest it has been since 2010. Sheikh Jassim will wipe out to save on any further fees and not take any dividend payments from the club like the Glazers did. That sounds good, Ari. No dividend payments to me. But then obviously you have that whole thing of being state-owned, which isn't great, is it? But it looks like the Glazer reign could be coming to an end, although take it with a pinch of salt, because it is The Sun, and we have heard all this before. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Stretford Paddock. As I said, I am back in the studio with the lads tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. But we got plenty of stuff coming up for you guys today. Anyway, see you in a bit.